community, the fans, and read a lot of the reviews to work out what we needed to improve with Red River. One of the key things was improving the AI.
We've added loads of subtleties to make the AI much more autonomous. So when you give them an order, they just carry it out with good common sense rather than needing lots of micromanagement.
They'll do things like providing bounding fire. So when you're moving forward, they'll sit back and open up on the enemy if they know they're there to give you a chance to get over an open space.
And if you throw a grenade amongst some bad guys, they are going to spread and flee. So it's going to be a good time for you to cook off one of those grenades.
It's subtle stuff, it's not big headline features, but it's the sort of stuff that will make all the difference when you're playing the game. And then we've added some really cool new details that you just wouldn't have seen before. We spend a lot of time focusing on the convoy-based AI. So our guys will drive in a convoy, they'll react dynamically to one of the vehicles getting hit, they'll pile out, they'll repair it, they'll get back in.
We've changed the way the vehicle handles. With our background of racing titles, we've had the expertise in-house to look at the way they move in terms of weight, distribution of suspension and the way they drift, and that gives you a much more authentic handling experience when you drive one of these big military vehicles.
We also entertain aesthetically, so you've got better free look inside vehicles, so you get a better sense of your surroundings, and the detail levels inside and outside vehicles has been drastically upped. We've completely overhauled the animation system. We've changed the way the technology works, and we've also captured a whole new set of motion capture data to make sure that our soldiers act realistically in the field. So this time around, when you see a guy next to you, he'll actually turn around and actually shuffle and move his legs around. When they're going to sprint, they actually kind of run up and then come to a skidding stop. So lots of little touches on the animation side to really make you feel like you're working alongside humans.
We've spent a lot of time in Red River on behind the gun experience. It's the core of our game. It's the one thing that differs us from the rest of the shooters on the market.
It really feels like you're actually holding a weapon now. And we've really tweaked the experience, things like firing, things like recoil, to really enliven that sense.
It still gives you the accessibility because you're playing with a different gun, but at the same time, you'll feel the difference in each of the models.
We don't want to exclude new players with realism. We really want to knock down these barriers to entry and make the game accessible and pick up and play. But at the same time, we do need to leave that challenge that's in there. It is a tactical first-person shooter.
So we've added aim assists to make it easier on the player that may be not used to first-person shooters as much as the hardcore fans. Of course, we have allowed the player to turn them off so that the game is still very much what the hardcore fan base want.
We haven't kind of mollycoddled the hardcorers, you know, it's still in there for those guys, but for the people that are new to the franchise, they can come in and understand day one what the controls do and be very comfortable with things that they've seen in other shooters they may have played. Can one bullet kill in Red River? Absolutely. It depends on where the munitions are coming from, what the range is, what body armour you're wearing, what health level have you got.
You've got large caliber machine guns, things like 50 cals, which can actually sever a limb, whereas the traditional rifles called bullet wounds, and we still have technology in there to have a bullet impact and then blood seeping out. So it's pretty graphic, our damage system for our characters.
So you've got to be careful out there because it is an authentic experience and we're not going to try and dumb this down.